right, awesome. Let's get started. Let's start. Where should we start from? So let's pull SPX. So amazing week. If you guys are in the mentorship, I told you guys that we're looking at bottom on Wednesday and Friday, 5,200 top. And that's what happened. And that's nothing like I've got a crystal ball or I was just guessing. The game is very simple. OPEX next week, they're gonna find something closer to the pin. Usually what I've seen in OPEX is whatever the move for Monday, Tuesday-ish is, it gets reversed. So I'll give you an example of last two OPEX ago. So I think it was January. We had um puts that went from 2 to 10 by Wednesday, and then the calls did 2 to 10 by Friday. So I'm not bearish. I'm pretty sure you guys are probably like, oh, Friday top. Does that mean it's over? No. What I meant, but that was the top at that time. Now, do we make a new top or do we make go start going down? And that's what I want to talk about today. So let's go over the Forex calendar actually first. So Monday is nothing. Tuesday CPI. So think about it like this. If you made all this money, okay, are you holding it into CPI or are you taking profits? That's one. Second is you have OPEX. So I messaged in the chat, rebalancing can happen on a Friday. This was before the drop happened. So what you guys need to watch is Apple went up and Nvidia, AMD started selling. In my opinion, that wasn't like, oh my God, let's bail. That was like, oh my God, let's take profits and start rebalancing. That doesn't mean it's pulling back. I think, so hear me out. I think if this is topping, you get one more retest to the high and then tank, then rather than tanking now. Second thing is on Friday, Biden came after market and said and the statement was, I thought it was whatever, right? But then I watched the actual thing. I'm like, okay, this is a pretty big deal. If this came during market, it would have been a completely different story. So he said, I bet the interest rates come down. Now, he says that before CPI comes on Tuesday. You guys have to understand that they get the numbers way prior, and there's a lot of new people today. So I'll say this again, I've said it before. CPI, Consumer Price Index, measures inflation, right? Let me ask you guys first, does it measure present inflation? Does it measure past inflation, or does it measure future inflation? Can someone tell me? So what does CPI measure? Come on, you guys have to know it. So what past? Does it measure for what period? So it measures it for past month, right? That's called a lagging indicator, right? It's not telling you it's happening now, it's telling you what's happened in the past. So Biden has information for that, right? It's March 10th. He just said this in March. He has that information. So that I'm telling you guys how I'm thinking logically. I'm not telling you a biased approach of thinking. Most likely he knows what the numbers are going to be. And I think whatever the number you may or I may think it is, it's going to impact small caps, meaning I think small caps are going to go up, which is why I'm holding Rocket. Rocket is like IWM proxy, in my opinion. ARC is a proxy for IWM. I think so. If you guys are new to playing small caps, IWM does not do anything. And then all of a sudden in 3 days, that's going to be up 20%. So with IWM, you have to buy time, small size, higher stop loss. You can't go 10%, 20% on that. That's just my opinion on it. Okay. CPI irrelevant, right? But how people act before and after, that's what matters. So hedging, right? You start adding puts, you start taking profit. So could we go lower? We could potentially go lower. What's the wall trigger? If you guys are not part of the mentorship or you wouldn't know, what's the wall trigger on SPX that I gave you guys? This is for the mentorship people. There's a number that I gave you guys. It's okay because a lot of people don't pay attention to SPX because most for the folks that have a lot of experience. 5095, okay? 5095. That needs to hold. That breaks, we have a problem. Let's go on the daily chart. Let's draw a line on 5095. Okay, this needs to hold. This breaks, we have a problem. This breaks, we are heading straight to 5061. This holds. If this is our last line, okay, line in sand, this breaks, 50-50 doesn't hold, in my opinion. We go back to 5,000. So here's a potential Monday for us. Big tank, okay? Because they're adding puts, and they take us down to 50.95 or 50.61, one of the options. And then we reverse to 5,200. If we run to 5,200 into CPI, then I can expect a drop. So I'm expecting two reversal moves. I hope I'm making it clear. Two reversal moves, okay? I think we either go 50.95, 50.61 at the base, then reverse from there to all the way to 5,200 to shake out everyone, or we go to 5,200 first and then tag at 51 or 55,000. I will know as I see the flow. I'm realizing a couple of things. A lot of you guys have done an outstanding job, and now you're going to need help. That's a little bit different. It's not about how to execute. You've proven that you can do that. You've grown your account 10, 20 folds. So now the training is going to be, how do you manage a large account? How do you grow still? So here's what I'm working on. This is going to be for mentorship. I am working on a small account blueprint. It's not for large account, it's a small account blueprint, and this is mostly for people that have issue growing. And I want to see if I can come up with a method, a calculator, a system where you just put in your account size and it breaks down position size, everything for you. So I'm working on it. This is going to take me a little bit time, but that's what I'm working on. Large account needs support in other ways. For those of you guys who've been with me for the last 4 years, the way we used to do this is we used to have a master sheet. Master sheet had all like crazy ass plays that were, these are the trades that are gonna hit. We're gonna start that again. Okay. People that have been here long enough know what a master sheet looks like. I'm gonna start that again, and this is gonna be locked sheet. So only mentorship's gonna have access to it. And they can't give access to anyone. So I'm starting that. So the meetings might split into two starting next Sunday. So it's gonna be the normal general meeting and then the mentorship meeting. If you've been long enough, you know what I'm talking about. So the stakes are higher. We need to be more zoned in. I'm telling you, this is going to be a fabulous year. It's probably going to be a better year for most people that were here with me 2020, because they know exactly what we did there. There's people in the group that have already made, we're 10 days into March, they've hit 50K for the month. There's people that made 100K last month, 200 to 500,000 last month. If I tell you guys, you're probably not going to believe me because you don't see it. There's literally people with so much knowledge in the group, and then they spit it every day. There's people like I am Will, and comes in and out, makes $2,000 to $1,000 a day. I don't think I've ever seen anyone with that consistency killing it. There's so many people, and they're doing such a fabulous job. You guys have created an environment where it's not the FOMO, the gambling. It's just wait, 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 and attack. And then I want to celebrate play of the week. C 59%, car 50%. I got plays lined up. I promise you. I got right now on my sheet, I have about 40 trades that I have to go through, and I'm gonna pick 3 or 4. So if you feel like, yo, I missed something, just breathe. Because if you have that, oh, I missed something, you are gonna miss something. So I'll give you a quick example, and then we're gonna move on to play. AMD, you guys, sold early, no problem. It went 9x. Then we got another opportunity on AMD. Remember that Friday trade? It went from 290 to 1363. So many opportunities. Just breathe in. You're never gonna sell at the top. You're never gonna buy at the bottom. We're just gonna play the 60 to 80% range, which is what we want. So the moment it gets to your head that, hey, I missed it, you actually then will not only miss what's happened in the future too, you're gonna miss that. So many trades, I promise you. If this drop happens, I'm looking at a multiple June trades. So I told you this in January. I'll say this again. This is the year of beta stocks. Square, PayPal, SC, all of these guys are gonna move. You're gonna see. If they drop the interest rate, guys, Rocket is at 20. Okay, what's that Rocket at? 12 point something. It's at 20. If it happens within April, it's gonna be the AMD type 8x move. Okay, but it's a high risk, small size, wider stop. SC opposite. SC was a guaranteed 100% in my opinion. But I can't say that because that's just gonna make people FOMO. Told you guys about AMD. I don't know how many times I say this stuff. Take me seriously or not. I told you on Wednesday that the AMD premium looks wild. It should not be that expensive. And I held it through Thursday. I held it through the dump on Friday. At Thursday night, I said this is going to open green when it was red. I'm telling you guys, don't just focus on technical analysis because that's what 80% are. Your edge isn't, my edge isn't technical analysis. It's all the other stuff that we look at, which is risk reward and position size is one of them. And then it's premium trading. So anyways, let's move on. I don't want to bore you with this stuff, but you guys understand what I'm trying to say, right? That's the plan for SPX. Now, we talk about winning trades. I'm going to talk about execution. ARM gave you 100%. If you didn't manage after that, that's up to you. If you added two contracts, should have made one free. But if you held it at 100%, then that's your fault. I have two contracts of ARM that are free because I sold on 98 or something percent. So I'm down like 10% on the overall position. This is a speculation play. I had this conversation with a small account and they're like, I added ARM. I don't care if it goes to zero. And I gave them shit. And I said, how are you a small account? You're not. If you're taking these kind of risks, you should be a large account who's done 10x to their account. If you're a small account, you're going for safe plays that gonna give you money quick. Okay. SC quick, car quick, even though they're long dated, but their risk reward is amazing. That's why they call play of the week. Go on Instagram, download my A plus drive guide. It's free. Study it. I'm telling you exactly what I'm using. It's manual work for me. I don't rely on algos. I'm not running screeners or anything. I'm like physically looking for this stuff. So this is what ARM is doing, okay? It's now reached its 20 moving average. The date is March 12th. That's the date. I think this squeezes to 150 minimum by Friday, 200 if we get the gamma squeeze. Keep an eye on this guy. For me, this is like AMD. I'm not selling it. I've made it free and now I can be stubborn. If I didn't make it free, then it'd be a lotto, like let it go to zero. I took 2 or 3 losses on it last. I first added 190 in 5 minutes. That dropped 50% stop. Then I added 150 that I pretty much sold at an 80% loss. So I have Carvana 90s still half. I think it goes to 100 by I think Nvidia has a high chance of going to 1,000 too, but I have to watch the flow. That's what I do. But keep an eye on ARM. Um, the level for this thing is breaking this 120 to 35. Let's just set an alert at 129. I would not sleep on this. I have new trades that I'm watching too. Let me just pull some here. So let's go on AMD because I'm pretty sure you guys are like, yo, Mo, we want to buy this. So I'm gonna show you guys something. Let's go on small account. So AMD, where are you? So this was at 928, sold all out at 1370. Okay, this is for the AMD 21250, 9:28 a.m. My trading view is set in Canadian time, so that's 7:28. I'm gonna show you guys something. So I'm gonna circle it. So this is where I got rid of all AMD. I can't make this up. This isn't an edited Discord message. You guys can see. Look at where we sold. The timing could not have been perfect. You could call it luck. You could call it whatever you want. The moment I saw this red candle, I was like, I'm out. If I'm right, I got another 3, 4 points, which is another 300% on zero day. But if I got wrong, this is gonna flush very fast. And if you go check my messages, added 220 AMD call. This is lotto, not an estate sell. It can go to zero. This is called rolling. And then this is 1022 where I'm like, okay, I'm out. Make sure you guys are touching grass. So like a lot of this stuff is just observation. You need to put time on watching this stuff, right? And if you guys know me long enough, you guys know this is all I do. Monday to Sunday. Sorry, I cut out. Monday to Sunday, this is what I do. I have a lot of watch time, and I'm telling you, when I see something, I'm not saying it. When I told you guys AMD premium, something off, this is too expensive. Guys, there was next week AMD 220 was 400 and something, and AMD was getting pounded. Like, it was going down and the premium wasn't going down. I was at the most down 15% at one point. That's it. And I should have been down a lot more. And that's when I knew this was going. And then when I saw that Nvidia made most of the move um before, I knew this is gonna move now. I'm only talking about AMD because it's not over yet. We're gonna hit this is probably gonna be our best play this year. It's going 10,000% for sure. Okay, so AMD 205. Let's go. Let's do this properly. So this is daily. Okay, we're good here. This is where our breakout happened, right? Let's just mark the top guy right here. So I don't know if it comes to 185. 185 is the 20 moving average, okay, guys? And it is the, what do you call, the breakout range. Then we have ourselves this range here. I added NVIDIA 1000 because I wanted to average on my average is really high on it. So like it was $17, so I averaged at 7. So now I'm at like in the middle somewhere. Anyway, so this is what we're watching, 205. 205 doesn't hold 200. So AMD will be on watch on Monday because if we do dip, I'm gonna buy some. Okay. Um, Same exposure technique that I showed you. If you had 2K account, most of you guys have minimum doubled, if not 4 or 5x. 4K, you took 2K out of your account, now you have $2,000, right? But that's like 50% of your account. If you're down 50% on your account, you're only down 25 because you took the money. But if you didn't take the money out, you're gonna take big L's. So hold you manage, pay yourself, reset your account. No one teaches this kind of stuff. They're all focused on call outs over time, booking one-on-ones. I know where the pain points are, and that's what I'm trying to teach. For mentorship, there's going to be hands-on classes for this. I think the worst thing that can happen this week is consolidation. I don't think the consolidation happens because of the pullback on Friday. If we didn't get a pullback on Friday, this week I would have told you guys it's spring break. I'm out with my kids. Like, but this move, I like changed my opinion. Like, hey guys, this is a big move. This is going to have some repercussions for the market maker. They're going to have to delta hedge accordingly on Monday. The best thing for us that could happen is flat. I'm saying this even though I have NVIDIA calls. Flat open, give me that better. If we get a gap up, likely gets sold out. Okay. If we get a gap down, likely gets bought up. You're going to get a reversal move. I'm going to walk you through real time when that happens. Just stay zoned in. Here's my problem with some of you guys, and some of you guys fixed it right away. Why are you in 20 plays? If you're a $500 account, a 2 grand account, why are you in 4 trades? Because I know you have $400, 400, 400, 400. You could put it in 2 plays or 1 trade, and you're gonna make more money. When you have 4 trades into tech, that's just more management. I've talked about this multiple times. You're gonna not know what to hold, what to sell. So covered AMD. We've covered NVIDIA. It's too expensive for most people. We're already in a trade not covering it. I've covered ARM. It's gonna be big. Now I'm gonna tell you what trade look really good. So car, we're still in. I'm not worried. You didn't sell half, it's your fault. And you know that. Like, I don't know how many times I have to tell you that. Car looks good. I might buy more. Okay. We have far dated. This is what looks like when breakouts happen. This is called a failed breakout. Does it try again? I don't know. It needs to hold this 56, 61, 56 level. From there it goes, okay? That's car. Z, love this trade. This is a beautiful trade. It literally looks like an AMD chart. So let me ask you guys let me guys ask you something, sorry now. What impacts this move up or now? Not. Forget technical for a round. What does I'm trying to teach you different. We have time today. I'm not focusing on too many major players. OPEX is my specialty. I understand gamma than most retail traders. That's where these are usually my best weeks. But sometimes when there's all this move happening before OPEX, I'm like, okay, this is gonna be slow. But because of that drop, I think it could be massive. But what does Zillow do? Right? What is going to make people buy more or less houses? You guys tell me. Rates. It's all about rates. Biden said, I bet this doesn't open flat. Rocket doesn't open flat. Likely a big gap up on both of them. I hope that happens. This thing goes, right? So this is what we're watching for. Let's go on, switch to the 1 hour chart. That's not a bad ad here, but we need time. So April, May. Now, small accounts might be like, no, I want in weeklies, you're going to get destroyed in weekly. We've made on play of the week, they're all 2 months, 1 month out. We make 100% on every single one of them, minimum 50% on of them. You could risk weeklies and you know how that goes. If I find something high quality, I will post like AMD and I'll hold it longer. You saw me hold AMD. I sold half and I'm like, I'm holding it. I'm going to be stubborn about this because I know it's going to work. This works until it doesn't. When it doesn't have another strategy for puts, we'll play as we see that when it comes. Don't get bearish just yet. Let's look at the CPI. It's election year. They're going to do everything to hold the market here, in my opinion. There is going to be pullbacks, which is perfect. That's where you're going to make the life-changing money. right? In my opinion, let's not, this is the daily on SPX, okay? This is, if you are trying, why are we doing this? Why don't we do Bollinger Bands? We have not even touched the middle band. This is a healthy consolidation. Look at it. 1 day down, 1 day, 2 day down, and then right back up 1 day. This is very good for the market. But now, if there weren't elections, I'd be like, okay, it's March, let's add April puts or something in February. How many DMs I got from people saying, but I added, but I took a couple of one-on-one interviews with the mentorship people as they were joining, and they were like, I added March, but trying to understand the concept. See, if you have a $2 million account and multiple 200, 250K worth of calls and you're buying weekly, but I get it, but you don't have that. You're just trying to like front run the market. You don't want to do that. If you didn't buy AMD calls on Thursday, you could have bought them on Friday. But it's hard for new people to react right at the bell because you don't know it can go to zero. And if you fumble AMD right at open, don't blame yourself. Like it's like scary. You know how you're supposed to trade, how most people trade? They're looking on Wednesday. They're like, okay, AMD, oh, it's going down, sell it. It's going down, sell it. The way you look at everything, and I had this conversation with someone on Friday. So, okay, here's my stop. Here's my entry. I'm just drawing random lines. I'm telling you like how to control you mentally. And here is my profit taking, for instance. And then you set alerts around these areas. And then you literally, okay, let me go look at what's going on. If you have the screen open and you're like watching every candle go through, you're gonna go crazy. The amount of alpha I've given in the last 2 months, I even said, hey guys, don't watch AMD just leave it. Who remembers that? Who remembers me telling you guys on a Thursday night, leave AMD alone? Don't watch every 5 second candle. I know what's going through people's mind. My Discord DMs get filled, my Instagram DMs get filled, and so I know what the problem is because everyone's going through the same emotions, right? And then another thing you don't want to do, and this is I'm training you because we're gonna be in more plays that are gonna go 10, 20x. So AMD opened here, right? You're like, yo, it hit 220, I'm out. Good job. Get away from the computer. What are you doing now? What are you gonna watch it go to 230 and like cry? Walk away. There's two things you're gonna do if you don't walk away. Either you're gonna look at it and give yourself anxiety and be ungrateful for the entire move. This thing could have gone straight down. So many people sold at open. You sold at 220. Other thing you're gonna do is go back in. Majority of the time when you do that, it may work that one time. Mathematically, you are gonna lose over time if you follow that strategy. That makes sense? Okay, that's basically it. OPEX is my week. I know how to play this. I play this with Gamma. I know where the wall trigger, all that stuff's gonna be 1595. That's what we need to watch. Anything changes, I'll let you guys know. If you guys are exhausted, you could take a break this week if you want. Like you are not letting yourself take a break. I am telling you to go take a break. You guys have killed it. Some of you guys have taken a 10K account, taking it to 200K. It's crazy. It's insane. Like, um, there's people at the gym that follow me because like we talk like and they see my car's Canadian because I got it from there. And then a couple of them started following me on Instagram. They probably think there's posting like bot results because I don't think like you guys understand people that don't know option, they don't think this is possible. It's like when we see those crypto, like something like, oh, I got 5,000 more worth of free crypto drop, or like, what are you talking about? It's like people don't understand. You guys have done phenomenal. If you need to take a break, take a break. If you need to like just get away from the screens because you feel like you're missing out so much, that's okay. You know, there's so many people in the chat that will tell you they've left for months and then came back or taken a 1 month break. This includes the top performers in the Discord right now. Another thing I want to tell that I was talking to with someone, see, a lot of time profit channels, you see profits. So you're like, holy, no one's losing. I'm the only person losing, right? That's not how it works. Like I told you guys, I took a big L on ARM because that thing was flying and then it went down. Then I took an L on the AMD calls that I added. These went to zero. These ones, they went in zero like in seconds, like literally 943. Or is it? So 943 would be 743 here. Literally, look at where I added. Just boom. I like went to the. I'm like, I'm gonna walk away. Didn't put a stop. Told you I let it go to zero. Went to zero. Actually went to zero. Then I had Carvana 90. I don't know why I bought it. I'm like, well, this makes perfect sense. I saw a flaw. It worked perfectly, but it could have gone bad. Then I fumbled on Meta. Bought Meta March and sold them. I don't know how. Got rid of them, and they did really well. Got lucky with Carvana. So there's not a lot of bad trades that didn't work, but most did work, and you guys are seeing all the hard work you've done. See, a lot of new people are coming today and they want to make the money that you guys are making. Well, you guys know most people that are killing it right now, they usually came around October, November during the challenge and they smoked it. There are people that came in January. I think Veerpal is one of them. She's probably on doing a phenomenal job. But then again, she has 1 year of experience and she was part of the November challenge. So um, that's it for me. I'm sorry for getting more philosophical today, but there's not much I'm watching. So I'll tell you what I'm watching. I don't want to go over charts with it because they're not ready. I'll just quickly show you. There is Zillow. This breaks. We are at, let me show you. This is like an AMD NVIDIA kind of breakout. This started in December 2023. It's a 3 months worth of consolidation. This is the most beautiful chart you're going to find right now, which is why a lot of people are watching this. So Square, beautiful, beautiful chart. Beta, interest rate sensitive stocks, they will moon 80.75. Tesla, okay, only because I'll show you guys. I don't bring Tesla up. I just feel like this is one of those friends that people tell you not to talk to. This is the stock that I tell you not to trade right now. But this had the highest $170 calls for next week, the highest we've ever seen. ARK, it's a pile of garbage. That looks pretty good too. If we get a bounce, if we don't get a bounce, everything goes. On the daily, I think this is a cup handle and a failed breakout. At some point, this breaks out and this goes to 60. That's what I'm watching for. But that's all I'm watching. Last thing before I go, I am going to make sure that we have a proper format for this meeting going forward. There's going to be a master sheet for those people came late for mentorship. So once I have the master sheet create next Sunday, I'm just gonna ask you guys to go on, click on it, and then I'm just gonna give permission, and you guys will be able to see live if anything gets updated. With that, I'm out. Hope you guys enjoyed today, and then I'll see you guys tomorrow. Should be a big week again. And if you could drop me some testimonials, tag me. I understand, like I get it. A lot of people don't want to tell people how much they're making. If you could just tag me, I don't really care if you're like, I made 20 grand, just tag me. That'd be great. Just trying to build some content around this stuff, which you're gonna see more. But my biggest project this year is a small account blueprint, which is going to be like a strict framework using Kelly's principle. So with that, I'm out. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Please follow TD Clubhouse on Instagram. Thank you for watching.